What's going on, guys? And welcome to our first ever Thrillshare Q&A. If you don't know who I am, Willie Thomas. I know some of y'all may new staff that's out there. Um, so glad to have you here. Hopefully, we will get in here and get some questions answered. So I'll have this up and going here. I'm gonna have kind of got like a little workstation going on, so I can see all your questions. Um, and we'll have a Q&A here in a second as we go through, and I'm going to kind of go through some things that have been already asked and then address a couple of things. So without further ado here, we're going to get started there. Hey, Diana Newton. Okay. Ready to go here. Oh, all right. Oh, yep. We're going to talk about that right there that you have on there, the Google Drive instead of sharing the link. Yes, ma'am. We're going to talk about that. Great question. All right. So first up, do this here, and I'm going to do that there. So one of the first things I want to talk about, Diana Newton, is the Google applications. Okay, and just want to make sure that people know and understand the little differences between the things that you can do. And here's some things we were having issues with. The first one, so downloading your Google Docs as a PDF. Okay. Instead of doing a link, because what's happening is it's crashing as people are trying to access your link and you're putting in those links. And what is happening here, I'm going to put this back there. And so what's happening is as they try to access those links and they click on them and you don't have it set to everyone can view or other things like that, that doesn't work very well at all. Okay. So let me go over here and I'll show you here, share my screen real quick here and Drive. Pull up a Google Doc. What kind of Google Doc I got here? I had one up there. All right. Nope. Nope. That's that one there. Don't like that one there. Ah. All right, here's a good one here. So I have my Google Doc, and what we want you to do is, which works a lot easier, you'll be able to get in there and go to File. So I'm gonna share this real quick. So you'll go up here to File and then Download. And so when you do download, that's where you'll give all these different options here. Where you'll see PDF, zip file, EPUB. We want you to do the PDF. So if you download as a PDF right there, then you're able to attach that as a PDF. And we want that anyway. That way you don't have to worry about linking or actually giving permissions, or that way if someone is trying to figure out, you don't want them to have to try and like edit it or anything like that. You just want that to be able to be accessible on the web no matter where, or for them no matter what. So download as a PDF. So that's going to be actually the exact same way too when it comes to using a Google slide. So here we are in my Google slide that you're going to be looking at here, presentation. So when I go to File, once again, download as. So this is where you're able to download your files as a PowerPoint. But the big one is JPEG or PNG. So from here, you're able to download those files and you're able to send those out as PNG. So you don't have to do, if I know a lot of y'all put your announcements in a Google slide. So that's very helpful too as well. A lot of you put that information in there. And so that way you don't have to, and you use it throughout the day. So this would be another great way to get those Google Docs or get those Google Slides to the Thrillshare, whether it's online through the website or through your PDF, which mainly you're going to be doing through your website anyway. but you can download it as a PNG or a JPEG with that. Okay. And real quick, I want to share this with you because this came up. Because if they are wanting to, if you're wanting to download multiple slides, so as you see there, when you do hit the file download, you're only able to download one slide at a time. So current slide. If you're able to download more than one, y'all have a good one. You're able to download more than one if you go to the extensions and grab the add-on. So you're going to go to manage or go to add-ons and you're going to go get add-ons. So that's where you're able to get the add-ons called Slides Toolbox. Get this add-on. This add-on is pretty awesome. I promise you, it will allow you to do several different things. So I'm going to jump in here real quick to my Slide Toolbox. Go ahead and there we go. So you can see over here on the right, I have all kinds of options. I can export, I can import, but the big one is export. So when I click on export, I can export all the slides that are selected. So I have to select all my slides and then I just hit this button and it goes out as a JPEG or a PNG. So that is like I said, really neat feature there. So if you're wanting to share out multiple slides, maybe I just want to share out 2 or 3 slides as JPEGs instead of doing like a screenshot or anything like that, I can do that too as well. And they're going to be high quality. Okay. So that is, as we're talking about, like I said, doing the PDFs and then downloading Google Slides or JPEGs or PNG. So let's see. All right, we're going to get to that. So Dan, I hope, is there a way to post videos or do we always have to share a Google Drive link? So when it comes to posting videos, say you took a video from your phone, you're able to add that video like you normally do, take a video like that as well. That's a pretty easy way too as well. But inside of a Google Drive, if you say the video is sitting on your computer, the easiest way is going to be to share that video. Let me go over here, Thrillshare real quick. You pull that up. There's Thrillshare. Let me go to rooms. And hey, thank y'all, by the way, for being here. So, like I said, we've never done anything like this before. So we're just going to go through and answer those questions here. So I'm going to jump into my Rocket Vision. So when I go to my announcements, I am able to attach a file. So if you do have a video that you want to upload, you can upload. Now, it has to be less than 2 megabytes. So you should be able to upload a video. Let me see if I can drag one of my videos in here. Do I have any recent videos? Let's see. Look at that. There is a rocket report. Bam. There we go. It is uploading that video right now. Upload files. There you go. Now we're not going to wait for that to finish uploading, but it'll give you a progress. Oh, there it goes. And continue. And there is an attached video. So it should play right there for the parent or for whoever it is that you're sending to. So no, you don't have to send it right. You don't have to do a Google link if you don't want to. Now, if you have several videos, maybe multiple videos in a folder, and you want to share that way, that'd be a more efficient way is if you share the folder with a link to it that had all those videos in there as well. But if you just want to share a video, remember from your phone, and we'll do the phone app here in a minute. You can share a video from there, but also, as you just saw, I can upload a video straight off my desktop. All right. So I'm going to keep moving here. So the next one, so slide toolbox. So next one is attaching images. So here's a big one that I don't know if y'all are familiar with or if you've been seeing it, if you had any questions with it or run into it. It is when you are trying to attach a video or attach a file, sorry, and you take a picture and it won't go. So you're looking at those HEIC files that are on your phone. So what you want to do is, let's bring it over here, bring up my phone. There's my phone there. I'm going to go into settings. I'm going to go to the camera app. Should probably just type in camera, huh? Okay. There's my camera app. And so here are my formats. So here it's a big deal because right now, and this is on by default. If you just, oh, yeah, you can't see it, can you? Let me go over here. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to go back here. So settings, camera. And if you have an Android device, it's going to be kind of the same thing. Just go in your camera app settings, and then you can change that too as well. So camera, and then we're going to go formats at the very top. So by default, your phone's going to be in high efficiency. Why Apple sends that like that, I don't know. I don't work for Apple. I know they got a lot of my money. Okay, but I make sure I go to change it to most compatible. And the reason why, like I said, it will work better with any type of file or any type of system that you're using those photos with. So definitely change that from high efficiency to most compatible, and that's going to help you. So not just with rooms, even when like people send me things through Google Drive and I'm trying to use it in different types of platforms or Monday Mint or stuff like that. Sometimes it won't open, sometimes it won't load. That's a pretty huge thing right there. So that'll help you out. If you have an Android device, just go into your camera app settings too as well, and you can change that. And also, it will save room on your phone because they're not the high efficiency. Now, if you're at a birthday party, you want to take some really good pictures, stuff like that, you can do that too as well. Also, in your camera app, if you want to go to the recording of video, so you want to shoot in 4K, 10K, or all the different Ks that's out there, this will help you save room too as well. And I'm going to tell you now, if you're shooting video and you're putting in Thrillshare, so 1080p is going to be perfect for you because you don't want to have to try and put in those big files inside of Thrillshare. Okay. All right. So that is the camera app. So I'm going to leave that there because we'll be coming back to the phone here in a second. Let's go back here, make sure. Oh, the Windows snipping tool. So I don't have a Windows machine in front of me to kind of show you this, but I know Heather Kane and I, we've been kind of messing with this. She kind of ran into this problem last week. So with the Windows snippet tool, when you do snip a image or something like that, one of the things that she's been kind of running into, and I've tested it out on several different Windows machines, and I don't know why it does this, but it doesn't necessarily save as a JPEG. Even sometimes, even when it's saying it saves as a PNG or a JPEG, Thrillshare won't accept it. So that is why, because she was snipping a Google Slide. So that is why using the Google Slide, downloading that as an image, that's going to help you out a ton when you're wanting to upload that into there. Okay, so just so you know, that's gonna help you out with that when you use the Windows snippet tool. Now, on the newer laptops, I don't know. We'll see. I know hopefully next week when y'all get those and test those out and check and see. I haven't tested on those. I've been testing the Dells, but that's what it is. Okay. All right. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Heather. Okay, good deal. Yeah, it doesn't work, but there are going to be other ways, and we'll talk about that a little bit too as well, for you to take screenshots and things like that. So that's pretty cool as well. And so yeah, shout out to everybody. So yeah, liking this little platform I got going. It's pretty neat. All right, so we're gonna go to the next slide here. All right, here's the big one. Here's the one that people, yep, it's a head scratcher, right? It's the one I get a lot from folks, and not just teachers, but also parents too as well. So we're gonna go through this real quick. All right, so with iOS, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make that big screen there so you won't see my face on that one. In your settings, you have to make sure that they are set correctly. There's a couple of things that you can do. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are a couple of bugs in there, but we'll start with that first part. So when you first download the app, like all the other apps, they ask you, do you want to track? Do you want to do you want me to track your stuff? Do you want to get notifications, stuff like that? Okay, I don't allow things to track either, but I do allow for those notifications. So we're going to go back to the phone here. All right. So I got my phone here, and I'm going to jump into my settings, and we're going to go back to your settings. And if you scroll all the way down to Thrillshare, or you can type it in. Now y'all see I have a ton of apps on my phone. Yeah, way too many apps on my phone. Okay. And we're almost there. So there's Thrillshare right there. So once I click on that, there's all different things I give, local network access, camera, just in case if it's like, oh, you want to upload a picture, but you can't because we don't have access to your camera or access to your photos. Here's where you can change all that. I know one thing people run into sometimes when you click on the different apps and you go to all photos or go to photos, sometimes the very first one, just out of instinct, you click the first option and it's only selected photos. So you're like, well, why aren't all my photos showing up? Well, this is why, because you hit selected photos and not all photos. So if you want the apps to have access to all those photos, Instagram, all those different types of apps you use, that's one thing you got to change. All right, so let me go back here. I'm gonna go down to notifications. So here are the notifications that I use and it's been helpful for me. And when I work with teachers and work with parents, here's the kind of things that I kind of show them. All right. So number one, I allow notifications. That's number one. That's what's turned on right there, as you'll see. Number two, I have the lock screen. So you can toggle that on and off, but I do want that to come across my lock screen. I have my notification center. So that's all the different notifications you see. They're all stacked up like that. Okay. And then I have the banners. So the banners are what comes across the top of your phone. Okay. At the very top. So you should know that by now on some things. Y'all have been using phones. Android, it's a little different, but kind of same. We'll go through that here in a second. Um, and then you have the one underneath it. So banner style. This is what helps me a lot. I have it set to persistent. So what persistent means, instead of temporary, I have it persistent. Persistent means that once that notification comes to the top, it's going to stay there until I actually do something with it, click on it. If it's temporary, because sometimes I'll get oh, I didn't see it, or it might have came through because, as you know, they pop up, then they get out of the way. Okay, just to kind of not to leave you alone. This is the only app that I have notifications that are persistent. Okay. It lets me know, well, Life 362. That way I know, if Maya, ain't getting home like she's supposed to. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, she's not even here. So she hear me. Anyway, so temporary and persistent. So I like to do persistent. That way that notification stays at the very top. Okay. So that won't go away until I actually touch it. So that'll help me not miss one. And then the other one so we got sounds and badges, stuff like that. I don't have announce notifications on. Announce notifications is exactly what it is. It's going to not only just announce it, but it's going to actually read it. And it's going to say, hey, so-and-so said blah, 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 blah. You don't want to do all that. All right, so we're going to leave that alone. The show previews. So if you go down to show previews in your phone and you see always, when unlocked, and never. I know me and Brian kind of talked a little bit about this. He has his set to when unlocked for show previews. Remember, I don't have this set for my text messages. I just have this set for this particular app. So when an app comes through, so I'll show you what that looks like. So here's an example. There's Farrah Horton right there. So as my phone, my phone's unlocked. If it was locked, I would still see that this app or that this notification came from Farrah Horton. Hey guys, don't forget your house pride, all this information that I need right there. Okay. All right. When unlocked, that's when I'm swiping up. That's when that will actually show the preview of the message. So you have those things. And of course, then you have never. If you have never, then it's not going to be any of those notifications that are in that stack too as well. Or it's not going to show any of those previews. Okay. Then of course, notification grouping. I have all my notifications grouped through there too as well. Okay. So that is, yes. All right. So let me go back here and let's see here. So hopefully that helps when it comes to notifications and setting that. And then like I said, Android, so same thing, settings, notifications, app settings. You don't have as much when it comes to the notifications in there. I'm just going to be honest. There isn't a lot to do and choose from. Let me put this up here real quick for you. And for your Android users, sorry, Apple folks, I know we got to do some things there. There we go. There's my Android. I'm going to zoom in. There it is. All right. So you'll see right there. I'm going to scroll down. And at the top, there's my little gear. And if I click on notifications or get settings, and then there's notifications right there. So I go to notifications. And then there's only, like I said, there's a couple of things. So detailed or brief. So detailed is like what we saw about the preview, showing those previews. So you definitely want to have that on. And then you are also able to see notification. Oh, let me go down to go here and all. There's all. Go to all. And then you go to the Robinson ISD, or mine is, I don't have the Thrillshare app on this one. This is like the Robinson ISD app. It's going to be the same thing. So basically, there's Robinson ISD. I have notifications on for it on the Android device. And then when I click on it, there's notifications, app icons. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all you got. That's all you got in there. Oh, there it is. There's Android. Sorry about that. Sorry, Tammy Schulte. Okay. So go back real quick. All right. Scroll down. Things. Thank y'all for your grace today. Like I said, first time using this one, so this is working out pretty good, I hope. And then notifications. And then make sure it's detailed. Right there is that preview. And then more. And then most recent. And then all. Then we're going to scroll all the way down to Robinson ISD. Or if you have Thrillshare, like I said, Thrillshare is not on this one, but that's one that you would go to. And for parents, the Thrillshare, Robinson ISD, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, emergency R. There we go. And click on that. Make sure that's on. And that's it. That's all you really got for notifications. Oh no, that's Android. They think you might not want to know everything. So that's what that looks like. All right. So let me go back here. And banner style goes away to notification. All right. So we're good on, hopefully, on notifications. Here we go. So let me go to the next one real quick. All right. So messages versus announcements. So we'll look at that too as well. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I'm trying to get through this as much as I can, but at the 45-minute, there's a lot more than I thought was going to be there on that. But if you want to hang around, we can hang around. So Thrillshare, and we'll make sure there we go. All right. So announcements versus messages. So remember, messages, as we're looking at our messages or announcements are that one-way communication. I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want you to talk back to me. I just want to tell you everything that's going on. I want to send you my links. I want to send you my videos. I want to send you my awesome newsletter that I put together. And that's what I want. I want you to know, here's what's happening. Here's what's going on. Okay. But I don't want to hear back from you. Okay. You like it. You don't like it. Sorry. All right. That's what my announcement's all about. I want to send this to you. Okay. That communication. Messages. Once again, messages. Oh, and with announcements, I can edit these. If I need to edit an announcement, I can. If I want to delete an announcement, I can delete it. If I want to duplicate it, I can duplicate it. I can schedule it too as well. Okay. All those announcements, I can do all that. But what I cannot do, I can do all that right there. So I can post multiple classes, schedule. I don't have to go through and select all the different people that I want to send it to. It just goes to everyone. Okay. So there's that. Now, what I cannot do is, like I said, hear back from someone. And then you have, so your messages here. What I can do, what's different in messages is, just like iMessage, I want to receive information back from you. I want to have that two-way communication that's in there. All right. So, and then when I go to my message, that's in my messages. Let's see, here's one of my group messages that I've done. This is where I'm able to send a group message to everyone. If I want to do a broadcast, messages right there. So broadcast will send an individual message to each person that I have selected that I wanted to go to. All right. That's what that broadcast will do. Messages will actually send a group message if I just do a broad group message. I want to say it taps out about 14, but that broadcast. And then it'll send an individual message. And then when we have our conversations back and forth, it'll have the individual conversation back and forth too as well. with that. Okay. So that's the difference between messages and a broadcast and an announcement. I cannot delete a message. I can't undo a message. I just have to recreate that message in there. Okay. That's kind of the gist of messages and broadcasts. I hope that makes sense. Okay. On that one. And inside of my messages, I'm able to uh, add things. Same thing for my phone. I'm able to go in here, add a link or add a video or a picture or an image. I can do a voice memo or anything like that to send to people as well, right inside of the messages app as well. All right, let's see here. Okay, all right, I'm going to get to that, Catherine Midget. Yes, because that question came up too. One of those questions came up about people who are not on Thrillshare just yet. Okay, and like I said, it's going to look the exact same way. Messages on your phone when you're able to come in here, hit the plus sign, create an announcement, create a message. It's going to look the exact same way. So I'm able to go in here and there's Gavin. Oh, one of the things that came up. Okay. Oh, there's Gavin's number there. Didn't know he had that on there. If I want to send a message, but I also want to be able to go to the next line without just hitting type. So I'm like, hey, and then I just hit return. I'm able to go there. On the computer, apparently, if you hit return and you're doing a message on the computer, and we'll go to Zoe there, Zoe. I'm like, hey, and I hit return. Let's see, this is a test. And I hit return, it's going to send that message. If you're trying to go to the next line and create paragraphs in your messages, so I'm going to say, hey, this is a test. I'm going to hold down shift and hit return. And then I'm going to say just like the first one. Okay. So if you want to create, like I said, paragraphs, messages, skip down. So shift and return will get you to that. And Zoe's probably going to be like, what's going on with that? So that is a little bit about messages. All right, let me get my mouse back over here. Sorry, working with two screens there. All right, Google form questions. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some of those Google form questions real quick. Can we had? I know it's 4:44. Just hang with me. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. Remember, this is being recorded, so it'll be on demand. So I will send the link out to this recording after we're done. If you got a skedaddle, so I want to make sure we've trying to address all these questions, all these answers with y'all. So can we hide classes that we don't need published? Okay. That I think that was, let's see, Catherine. This one came up. Yep, there's Heather Kane. Can we hide classes don't need published? Real quick, I will jump into a class. If there are classes that you would not like to be published anymore, I can go into a class. Where'd that class go? I can go into a class. There we go. We'll just go here. As a campus administrator, I can go into a class. I can unpublish. You cannot unpublish a class. So if there are classes that need to be unpublished, you can email your principal, your campus principal, or your campus AP. I think they can. But I know your campus principal can, and they will unpublish those classes for you. Okay? All right. So hopefully that answers that question. If they don't do it, you can email me too, and I'll publish that class, or I will unpublish that class. Next one. So we went through the difference between announcements and broadcasts. And why do I keep getting new notifications for messages long after I've checked and even responded to the message? So here's a quick one, real quick. I don't know if this will help answer that question, but we'll jump over to the phone real fast. So you saw earlier, I have a message from Fair Horton. So I'm going to click on that message. All right. Now, I do understand, and they understand that too, and they're fixing it. It does not take me to the message that was from Fair Horton or the announcement from Fair Horton. I get it. Calm down. I get it. Okay. They're going to fix it. So I click on rooms, and so I know who Farrah Horton is. She's my eyes teacher. I do know that much. That's why I have that preview on there. That helps out a ton for right now. And I know she teaches world geography honors. All right. And so you saw there's a little white dots. Oh, crap. Okay. All right. Y'all got to say something here. I see it there. Okay. There we go. So I click on Farrah Horton. I see that little dot there, and it's a little white dot. I know that she sent something here, and I can see which class once I go to Maya. This is what the parents see and teachers or students sees as well. I click on Maya. I hit that biology right there for Durant, or I come down here to World Geography Honors, and there's my stream, and I can see Farrah Horton. Now, see these three little dots there? That means that there's something else going on there. So I have to actually click on that to expand it. So let me go back. I'm going to go to honors. And I'm going to click on biology honors. There's a little one right there. So there's something that she put out yesterday. Okay, so you can see that Caitlin did. And so when I click on it, it actually shows if there's something else. I have to actually click on the attachment that's in it. So here's what's great about that. Parents can't just skim over it. That dot will be there until they click on everything that's inside of that message or inside that announcement. So that's why that's there. It's set up so that way you have to go through and you see everything that that person has put out there. You took the time to put that in there. So that's why that's there. So now if I go back to menu and cross my fingers, I'm just playing. I don't have to cross my fingers. So you can see there's no more white dots. Okay. It's all gone. There's no more notification. I'm gonna go back here. There's no more notification, but they have to actually click on that. So that's a design that has to happen. Okay. All right. They have to actually click into it. And let me see, I think I only got a couple more. Are we able to send parents an invite directly from Thrillshare to connect? No, you are not able to do that. We are, and your campus principals are too as well. We can send them. We can even see the ones who are pending. So if there are people, which there aren't a ton, if you just kind of let us know, maybe shoot us an email or even shoot your campus principal email, the ones who need to connect, let us know because we can come over here. We can click on people. And as you can see here, I can actually go through here through Guardians. And I can see all the ones who are pending and all the ones who still need to go in there. And then when I click on one, I can actually come up here and resend an email invite to that parent. I can do that. You can't do that. But let us know. And look at that. He just got an invite resend. So let us know. We can get that taken care of if there are ones that you know, and also let your campus principal know too as well. Okay. All right. I think we are almost to the end. Oh, by the way, the Ed Puzzle video that's inside of Eduphoria, I'm going to put that on our instructional resources page too as well. It's open. You can go in there. You don't have to worry about skipping. Or you can go through and skip. You don't have to worry about not being able to skip. And then we'll get back to the Adobe edit PDF for Adobe Express. We'll get back to that later. But you can go in there and edit your PDFs. So say you want to put those out there from last year. Someone sends you something. You want to take something in, take something off. We'll get into that a little bit later. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go through. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let me go through questions. Will we ever be able to Make classes with a CSV. Thrillshare is a unique ID for students, which has uploaded each student one by one. So, with that said, so we are actually creating grade level classes right now. We're trying to get that done. Um, you as a teacher trying to make individual classes, you can do that, upload one by one. It does have CSV, but if you're talking about, especially Jessica, if you're talking about making grade level classes, we're doing that. We're going to take care of that. We already got elementary done, so we're moving on to that next one, that next class. We're trying to get that done as well. Let's see here. Is there a way to set up our classroom using the kids' names and having it linked to the parents? Is now we see parents' names and it is listed as guardian with names listed, brothers and sisters who don't know, and many kids don't have the same names. Parents very time. Huh. Okay. All right, Diane, I'm gonna come back to that one. To set up classroom using the kids' names, having it linked to the parents. We'll come back to that one. That might be, yeah, explain that a little bit more. And we'll look at that. I think I answered the unpublished one. Interns added as co-teachers. So yes, we can add them. So if you will, let me write that down. Actually, I have that in here. So adding interns. So we're gonna look at that. I'm pretty sure we can do that because I can create accounts for people who don't have classes, like your diagnosticians, things like that. We've had to go in and create accounts for them, so we should be able to do that. So I'll definitely have that on there. Uh, let's see here. Oh my gosh, Willie, he's amazing. I can't believe all the things. No, wait, that's not what it says. For around a couple of years. Okay, good deal. HEIC, good deal. Let me see here. I have 18 classes, rooms, and I want to post my parent letters. Oh, there we go. Post my parent letter syllabus on my page for each class. Do I have to add it to each class or can I add it to all of them at once? Best way this is done. So, yes, you can't add it to all of them at once. Like we saw over here, when you're in your class, real quick, my announcement. So, you can even put it in your class info. You can go ahead and attach your syllabus in your class info, and then every class will actually have that. Okay, you can do that as well. All right. And I think oh, on Thrillshare, let's see, last one here. On Thrillshare on the computer, it shows C Guardian, which means those parents have an account. It doesn't mean they have the app though. So they are not getting anything from, we are sending QR code notes. So yeah, so the sooner we can get those parents who are not on there, let us know and we can get that taken care of. Once again, sending that information. And here's the deal. That's like with a lot of them, even with the other apps we used to use, not every parent. I mean, I if I could physically like put them on there, I would. I've been making phone calls all day, every day. Brian's been making phone calls. So we're trying, guys, and we appreciate y'all so much for the patience and everything. It really is K through 12. It's been a pretty good ride with us, with everybody. So I think that is it for the questions. If you have any more, please fill out that Google form that I sent out earlier. Um, also let me know if y'all like the kind of the format of this. This has been, like I said, it's the first time we're doing this. This is how we're going to be doing student announcements too as well. And yeah, it's been pretty cool. So thank y'all again for the Thrillshare Q&A, and we'll do some more and go into some other things. I plan on doing this to share out other stuff too, other learnings and stuff like that. And as things keep rolling, we're going to keep trying to get people in. If you need us, make sure you email us. Thank y'all very much and have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you later.